Hello everybody, welcome to another true review. Today I'm bringing you Dungeon Punks on the Xbox One. It's already out in the marketplace and it's priced at $11.99. What we have is a side-scrolling brawler. And we've not had one of these for quite a while. I think the last one we had on the Xbox was that zombie game, Rock Zombie, which was horrendous. But this one is pretty good, I have to say. We're sat filming in kind of like fantasy kind of realm. The characters you play are like knights, dwarves, lizard men, djinn, kind of mythical creatures, as well as a few traditional fighters thrown in there. And you have pretty much standard fare really when it comes to a brawler, because there's not an awful lot you can do with the genre, to be honest with you. You've got your regular attack button, you have your X button, which is your spell attack. You will hold the X button down, and then depending on what your next input is, actually gives you access to several different kinds of spells which you can level up at the shop. There is also equipment drops as well, which kind of brings an RPG element to it, where you can pick up different weapons, different swords and shields, which obviously give you more strength and help you tackle the hard difficult levels, which have a set level requirement. And what we have is 12 levels of increasing difficulty, which take you through quite a lot of different varied locations, which are all beautifully drawn. The characters are beautifully drawn as well. I really like the visual style of this. It's kind of like bright, bold, vibrant, cartoony kind of style graphics. There's one particular level where there's zombies. I absolutely love how they've done the zombies. The zombies are just like a really kind of like dark pea green kind of skinned, and they're in like rags, and they just look amazing. It's like you're kind of playing like an animation, to be honest with you. I really was that impressed with the graphical work on this. Equally so with the music. The music as well is fantastic. It's orchestral. It peaks at the right moments in time. The music's different per level, and it just works really well. In terms of how the game plays, it plays pretty decent, to be honest with you. The only one criticism I have is I would like it to be a slightly faster pace, but that's just my personal preference. I like my side-scrolling brawlers a little bit more slick, to be honest with you. This one's, at first it feels very heavy and very pedestrian, but the longer you play you get used to it. It doesn't really detract from the game that much, but just personal preference, I would have liked it to be a little bit faster paced, a little bit quicker for my liking. But other than that, I can't really fault it really. You can see the progression of your characters as you level up, get better equipment, better spells, etc. The story itself's pretty funny, it's pretty quirky, it's weird. Without going into too much detail, there's a lot going on, and the game goes in a direction you don't originally think it's going to go in. It's a little bit bizarre, and we've also got kind of like a little bit of a Dark Souls kind of element going on with it as well, where if you feel you're going to die in a level, there is emergency exits throughout the levels every now and then, and you are really encouraged to take those if you are going to fall in battle, because falling in battle loses your souls, which obviously detract from leveling up your character. Now, in terms of the levels themselves, there is a little bit of scope for exploration. Each level breaks from tradition really, and set on a number of screens, which you have a map in the corner of the screen depicting each of the rooms. And usually the room requires you just to kill, all the enemies in there before you can progress. And you do have a little bit of scope of which way to go, although you ultimately have to go in the one direction to get the level completion. There is optional side quests as well, where an NPC may task you to kill a certain creature that's terrorizing his village, or maybe dye fires out in the village, which requires you to find a water djinn and then take the water djinn to the fires to dye them out. So there is a little bit of scope for optional side quests in there as well, which is a little bit different and something I've not seen that often, or maybe even at all, to be honest with you, in the side-scrolling brawler genre. But yeah, really good stuff. Achievement wise, it's pretty standard list. There's loads for killing X amount of monsters, which you'll get just naturally from playing. One for completing each of the levels, one for leveling up all the spells. There's one for completing the game in New Game Plus, which probably is going to be a little bit unnecessary, to be honest with you. I wouldn't like that to be there. And there is unfortunately, at time of doing this review, a couple of glitched achievements for certain level completions, but the developer has been informed of them, and they do assure us they are working on them, so fingers crossed they are, because we've heard that all before. But just be aware of that achievement hunters, there is a few glitchy achievements on there at present, so be aware of that when you are buying the game if you are a completionist. But yeah, love this game to bits. Side-scrolling brawlers is a genre that we need more of. With these retro games, we need to cut back on the pixel platformers and get some side-scrolling brawlers in there, some really good traditional ones. So amazing game, I really liked it. I'm going to give it a fantastic 4 out of 5. Recommend you buy this straight away, and I think it's reasonably priced at $11.99 for the content that you get, because I'm over 10 hours into this already and I'm not even at New Game Plus yet, so it's definitely going to get good value for money. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.